You're about to experience an honest SUI review and price prediction looking at things 99% of investors and crypto YouTubers, ex-posters miss. I'm going to look at this from the long-term fundamentals. I'm going to use the same foundational questions I ask for every layer 1 blockchain. And I'm going to timestamp the price today. We'll see how this review ages over time. Today, the SUI price is 94 cents. I think this is dramatically overvalued for what I'm about to show you. And it's been out for about 3 years right now, with the bottom on the chart so far at 38 cents and a little pump, but then going, back down towards the bottom again. And I think we've got a lot further down to go. So let's take a look at my review of SUI here in the same format that I do for other layer 1 blockchains. First, let me make it clear, I could make much more money and get a lot more followers and subscribers if I just told you, instead of putting this up, if I put some high price for SUI up and hyped it all up, I could get much more for myself doing that. And therefore, I hope you can understand why almost everybody else is saying the opposite of what I am, because me saying this is sacrificing willingly the followers, the money, the easy views, the clicks, the subs that I could get by just saying what everybody else is saying. This is like game theory. If I just played the most selfish scenario, I'd get more, but you would lose. So I've made this video as if I was making a video for my mom or a family member to, hey, look, here's my honest research about SUI, given that I've researched thousands of altcoins and been in crypto 12 years. I give SUI a 3 out of 10 in my 10 questions, and no crypto so far has gotten more than an 8 out of 10. And ICP gets an 8 out of 10. That review is posted on my Jerry Banfield ICP channel. So let's look at how SUI answers. And these 10 questions are designed to get at what's really important in a blockchain for long-term survival. And even assessing things like, does it have much upside compared to the downside? So the goal is to assess, is SUI a strong long-term blockchain investment? Or is it just another smart contract layer with some technical polish, strong marketing, and insider backing? That is my conclusion. Let's go through the 10 questions. Now, what SUI stands out by its docs emphasize the object model, move smart contracts, and Mysticeti, DAG-based consensus, while Mycen Labs is led by public founders, including Evan Chang, Sam Blackshear, and I don't know how to say the rest of these. So we'll move on. Does the first question that you should start all your research with, and by the way, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my research, and I have 6,500 ICP. Unlike most people creating content, I am exactly transparent about where I'm holding, and this is the main reason I don't hold SUI, because I've done this research. I've looked at the reality of it, which most people don't. So does the SUI blockchain offer technical capabilities that clearly stand out in a way that can matter long term? No. And I don't want to invest in anything that the answer is no to this. Even though most people think crypto is all useless speculation and hype, it's not. There is real technology. That's how this whole thing started. SUI does have a technical language people like to repeat with its object-centric model, the smart contracts written in Move, and the Mysticeti consensus, and parallel handling of transactions. But under my framework, that is not real differentiation. These are minor design differences, not category-defining breakthroughs. I compare it to what a blockchain needs to be truly indispensable. SUI does not stand out. It's just another smart contract chain with incremental improvements. And you want to see the truth of that? Let's look at question 2. Can developers build useful products on this blockchain without major off-chain dependencies or third-party infrastructure? No. I don't mean, can developers deploy apps? Of course they can. I mean, can they actually do these fully on the blockchain? Can the blockchain host the core stack natively? That means, can you put the website and the data and the code and the pictures and the videos and the NFTs, all of that directly on the blockchain? No. Only Internet Computer Protocol can do that. Now, this review would be different if nobody could do that. But since one crypto can do it, if your crypto can't do it, it's not going to last the test of time in most scenarios. Therefore, SUI is extremely vulnerable to hacks, and not the blockchain itself, but all the supporting infrastructure, and that's what gets hacked. So the documents explain how the transaction work on chain, but it's not the same as hosting everything on ICP. SUI does not clear that bar, and no other blockchain besides ICP does. And to me, that's the one thing your blockchain needs to be able to do in the future, is host everything fully on chain. because otherwise, especially with AI advancing, your blockchain is going to get hacked into oblivion. Not the blockchain itself, but all the crap built on top of it, which is where the wallets, the apps, and all that stuff are. Number 3, does the blockchain do something the world is going to truly need in 5 to 10 years, especially as AI and cybercrime have advanced? No. SUI's selling a faster, smoother smart contract platform story. There's a bunch of other chains already selling the same thing. It'd be one thing if nobody else was doing it. It'd be another thing if ICP didn't exist, but you've got better technology and you've got a bunch of other chains doing basically the same thing. If SUI disappeared, like nobody'd notice except the SUI holders. And hopefully there'll be less and less of those in the future. The broader crypto market would have tons of substitutes if SUI disappeared. And that does not qualify me for wanting to invest in something. Number 4, is demand for this blockchain's coin driven mainly by real usage rather than speculation? No. The token's used for gas staking and network participation, but the token demand appears to be driven mostly by speculation and hype. The docs describe the SUI tokenomics and network roles, but that's a long way from giving the coin true real utility outside of people just hyping up the opposite of this price and saying that it could be higher later. To me, almost all the token transactions are related to price hype and speculation rather than real usage of the network. Number 5, does this blockchain's tokenomics, dilution profile, and valuation create a strong asymmetric upside from here? Absolutely not. Even if someone likes the chain, the token question is much different. Usually need unusually strong upside with a clean enough setup to justify the risk. I don't see that here. There's way too much uncertainty, way too much competition, and not enough proof that this specific token gives a long-term upside. Let's look at this chart, for example. One thing that's absolutely horrible here is the outstanding token value. The market cap already more than double ICP, even though the tech is not interesting to me. And at the same time, the token dumpage is massive. There's billions of dollars that still are not even on the market. So you've got an artificially small market cap trading right now with absolutely tons of token unlocks coming, which means there's huge potential downside. But what upside is there to this? I just see very little upside compared to the downside. Number 6, is investing in this blockchain aligned with crypto retail values of building a more decentralized, empowering future rather than mainly betting on institutional adoption, banks, big tech, governments, or authority signaling. Now, I actually give SUI a point here. I give a lot of chains like that are popular a no in this one, but unlike a lot of these other chains that are just branding themselves as institutional finance chains, SUI at least is pitched more like a crypto native, although again, you can't actually build everything on the chain. You can only build tiny amounts of stuff in the chain. Then you have to build all these third-party dependencies to even make the thing work, which is much harder than building in a simple environment. I digress. But more like SUI at least is branded more as this is something more for the masses rather than, well, just banks and government will validate this story. I'm not saying that makes it a winner, but compared to a lot of these other chains where their narratives are all authority signaling, SUI is doing better on this one of appealing directly to, hey, our chain, is enough to stand on its own. We don't need to pitch everything and all of our value is banks and government. And that is a stronger platform to stand on. And a lot of these other chains are just going banks and governments because they have nothing for the masses. And if you're crypto retail, to me, you're investing based on the masses. Like let's be honest about where you are. You're not an institutional investor. Number 7, is this blockchain decentralized and resilient enough to function well without heavy dependence on insiders, a foundation, or a single organization? No. Whatever the technical merits are, and ICP gets a no on this one also, and most other chains get a no on this. So we need to be honest about the reality that if the SUI team stops working on this, there's likely no future at all. And the early stakeholders, the core organizations, while some of this may have some technical sophistication, it's not actually decentralized in terms of if the team stops working on it, there's no future. And again, even ICP has to say yes on that, it gets a no on that question. Number 8, does the blockchain have a public-facing core development team with clear accountability and a strong technical track record? Yes, you do have, and I don't have Bitcoin because I don't like investing in something. I won't invest in something with an anonymous founder where there's uncertainty as to who actually controls the wallet, whether the coins can move, and all that stuff. So I want a blockchain to have a clear team of people actually working on it, because then I know there's accountability there. With Mysticeti Labs, you got a public founding team. You got Evan Cheng as CEO, Sam Blackshear as CTO, etc. You've got people that are facing the public saying, I'm working on this, and that's a strong sign for credibility. I don't like the investment case, but I give full credit for the public accountability and the technical pedigree. Number 9, has this blockchain carved out a category where no stronger incumbent already owns the core narrative? No. And that, even if you put aside ICP, this is still a deal breaker, because even if ICP didn't exist, you still have Solana, you still got Ethereum, you got Bitcoin, you got other coins like XRP with a bigger market cap, more money to throw around. SUI's in a very crowded, high performance smart contract lane. Even if you think the tech is respectable, it doesn't own a unique category. It doesn't dominate a core story. It doesn't have anything it's doing where you can single that out and say, well, only SUI's doing this, and whatever this is, like solving for AI and cybercrime like ICP's doing, and putting everything fully on chain, SUI doesn't have anything like that. And therefore, the competitors are much better positioned to survive and continue their flywheel marketing. And SUI has a big uphill battle, even just going against all the competitors. Like, why would you build on SUI instead of building somewhere where you could get more money and have a bigger community? Huge problem. Number 10, does SUI have a strong self-reinforcing narrative advantage where major holders, influencers, institutions, ETFs, VCs, or ecosystem insiders have strong incentives to keep promoting it and defending it? Yes. Now you've got, and ICP has a no to this one, because it's the whole crypto market's against it. But SUI is very much in the crypto matrix. You got a lot of big investors, A16Z Crypto, Coinbase Ventures, Binance Labs, Electric Capital. You have lots of big money, big power positions that have positions in ICP, and they're going to want you to buy it so that they can take profits. So SUI will likely continually get shilled as long as crypto retail will buy it. If crypto retail stops buying it, then that's where we could see the 12-cent price come into play as insiders. Once insiders realize the game's up and crypto retail is not going to fall for SUI anymore, then we're looking at price collapse. And most of these cryptos, crypto retail is not indefinitely going to keep buying and holding cryptos that fundamentally have no real future use case or position. And I classify SUI strongly in that category. So my final score is a 3 out of 10. SUI's incrementally stronger than a lot of the Me Too chains, but compared to ICP, it's useless. And it has technical terms people can point to, a public team and insider and VC support, but that's not going to last the test of time. Marketing rarely lasts the test of time. At some point, your technology has to be dominant and the usage of that dominant technology. ICP's technology is dominant, but it hasn't really captured the full market yet. It's in position to, though. SUI has neither dominant technology nor does it have significant market adoption. So the realistic case is that things continue to get worse from here for SUI and for most other altcoins. The fact that we didn't even have much crypto euphoria when Bitcoin hit all-time highs in altcoins is a strong signal that crypto retail is getting smarter and is not going to just keep plowing their money into every altcoin based on simple narratives. And especially as you get people like me doing deeper research and being willing to take less views and less money to share research like this, crypto retail is going to keep getting smarter and not keep falling for all these altcoins. So if you appreciate this review, I reviewed it because people like you left comments on my previous reviews asking me to please review SUI, which is why I've reviewed it. Let me know what cryptos you'd like me to review next in the comments. If you want more Jerry Banfield crypto reviews on YouTube, I'm cranking out as many of these as fast as I can every day to get the word out to you. If you want more ICP information, go to Jerry Banfield ICP on YouTube, and I have all my ICP videos there. If you want me to go through your whole crypto portfolio on Coinbase or wherever you've got it, like a lot of people have done before you, go to jerrybanfield.com and we can take a look at every single coin. I won't give you financial advice. I will share, if this was my crypto portfolio, this is what I would do with it, but I'm not you. It's up to you to make your own decisions, do your own research, and be the best crypto investor you can be. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.